Hi, welcome to Northwest Surrogacy Center's webinar. My name is Erin Bowling. I am a case manager here with Northwest Surrogacy Center, and I'm here with Ruby.
Hi, I'm Ruby, and I am a surrogate with Northwest Surrogacy Center. I am currently pregnant with a gay couple's baby in California.
And I have the honor of being Ruby's case manager as well. This is Ruby's second surrogacy. So I got to work with Ruby and her intended parents all the way through their first surrogacy. And now she's back for another one with the same parents, which is super, super fun for me. Yeah. Ruby, tell us about why you first wanted to be a surrogate.
Having my daughter was one of the most rewarding things in my life. So getting the opportunity to share that with somebody else and give them the chance to become parents would be wonderful. I also have a lot of friends in the LGBTQ community who aren't able to have children on their own. And so I wanted to explore the opportunity of helping somebody out with that.
Yeah. And what made you want to come back and do a second surrogacy?
From the beginning with my intended parents, we had talked about like if we all feel open to it, we'd love to do that again. We just needed to see how the first surrogacy went.
Yeah.
And we became such incredible friends, and it felt right. Like I knew when I had their first baby that I wanted to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How did your family react when you first talked about being a surrogate?
Yeah, so my partner is very supportive. He was excited even and was happy to be a part of the process. My mom was a little bit hesitant. She didn't fully understand that there was no biological relation, and she kind of viewed it as like giving away a baby. But the more I talked to her about it and the more open I was with her about every step of the process, she came to the understanding, and she's very supportive and was even excited about the second journey.
Yeah. When you first, do you remember what the first conversation with your partner was like when you first said, I think I'm going to do this?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah. It's like, that sounds interesting. Like he definitely wanted to know more.
Yeah.
And it was funny because like I feel like I'd had this idea in my head, and then I was either on Facebook or Instagram and saw a Northwest Surrogacy Center ad, and it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fill out this form. And I quickly got a call and set up an in-person meeting, and he was excited. Like he was he had questions, he wanted to know more, but he was very supportive.
Yeah. And of course, we're very happy to have you. But what made you feel like Northwest Surrogacy Center was the right choice for you?
Yeah. So I got the targeted ad, and I looked at the website, and I looked at like different testimonies and stuff. And then I also typed in like surrogacy into Google and saw a bunch of different ones, but Northwest Surrogacy felt right. Like it felt very positive. And of course, there's like reviews online, and there was no negative reviews. So yeah, I felt sold.
Yeah. Well, after that, you were matched, you were moving, or you were getting ready to move forward with the match. What did that initial process look like when you were getting screened to be a surrogate?
Yeah, so there was definitely like a lot of tests. Like there was like blood tests, like just to screen for everything. There was vaccines that I needed to get, and there was also an in-person medical screening, just to evaluate and make sure that like I'm in good health and that it would be a safe pregnancy for me and the baby.
Yeah.
I guess there was also like a psychological evaluation too. But it felt good, like it felt right. You know, if I was pursuing surrogacy, like for someone to be a surrogate for me, I would want them to have all of those tests too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that's the screening part is a long road.
It's a long road.
Between the initial screening that we do and then the screening that the fertility clinic does. Once you got through all of that, you were ready for match. How did you choose your intended parents? What did that process look like?
Yeah, so after my in-person meeting with Northwest Surrogacy, I was told that it could be like, a few weeks to a few months to a year or more for getting matched with somebody. And that if they saw profile, because I filled out a profile for myself, and then intended parents fill out profiles so surrogates can look at. And I got sent over Nick and, oh, sorry, am I allowed to say it?
Your intended parents.
My intended parents. Sorry. So I got sent their profile. It was actually the first profile I was sent.
Mhm.
And I scrolled through and I remember seeing their photos, and they had like photos from their wedding and just from their day-to-day life. And they seemed so wonderful. I remember reading about them and was like, this just feels really good. This feels right. And my partner is a part of the process too. And yeah, he was stoked. I remember they had one of the bands that played at their wedding was a Fleetwood Mac cover band, and we were just diehard Fleetwood Mac fans. So it felt good.
Yeah. During your first surrogacy, especially when that relationship was new, how did that relationship develop? Did you spend time together? How did you connect?
Yeah. So when I went in for the medical screening, we connected then, and we spent some time together, and we messaged a whole bunch back and forth, like between then and then after then, and we had different like video chats, and we just really wanted to get to know one another. And they came several times in person, were a part of so many of my appointments. And even the appointments, they weren't there in person. They were there on video chat or just on the phone. And so they were just incredibly active and present, and we just got really close. Like, they feel like an extension of my family now. Like, we are very good friends. Like, I think we'll be lifelong friends.
Yeah, that's lovely. So after you've matched, you guys have gotten to know one another, you're moving forward, you've got to do IVF. Tell me how that part of the process went. What did that look like for you?
I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Very, like, when I saw, because the fertility clinic sends you all of these training videos, and I remember watching just the size of the needle, and I was so scared to do it. They send you the medication in the mail. You have to sign for it. And I remember unpacking the needles and just felt like, oh, I can't do this. And so my partner helped me. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to try, like, a week in. And so I tried, and it wasn't bad. Like, it was definitely like a little nerve-wracking, but I got really easy. Like, it was kind of hard in the get-go. It got really, really easy. Towards the very end of the cycle, like, you're a little bit sore, and so it's a little bit hard again, but the act of like injecting yourself is real easy.
I've been a surrogate a few times myself as well, and it's so scary to do those first couple of injections, and then by the end you're like talking to one of your kids over your shoulder, you got your phone in your other hand, and as far as like the medications and how you felt through that process how was that?
Oh, it was fine. Like, it's weird because it mimics pregnancy in a way. So, like, you have like some like soreness and some tenderness, and like it honestly feels like early pregnancy.
Sure.
But it wasn't bad. And I have such a great support system at home too. So it wasn't bad.
Well, how about the process with the IVF clinic, which your IVF clinic was not down the street from you. There was some travel involved. How many times did you go to the clinic?
Just a couple of times for the medical screening and then for the transfer. And it was very easy. Like, the intended parents flew us out, me and my partner, for both times, actually. And the travel is fine. We flew in the day before, and then we're there for the visit. And then for the transfer, we stayed a whole nother day after, and then went home on the next day. But for the medical screening, as we flew there the next day we had the visit and then flew home the day after. So
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It was very comfortable, and the IVF clinic is very welcoming and wonderful. So
Yeah. And that was also one of the first times that you visited with intended parents in person, is that right?
Yes.
It was like
Yeah.
at the,
It was technically our first time meeting, and we were all so excited, and they have like a waiting room where you can meet and just chat, and it was they're such incredible people. We went out for dinner after and we spent several hours together, and I remember like hugging at the end, and they're just like, we feel like we've known you for years. Like it does feel that way.
Yeah. And so in addition to the appointments at the clinic, you had some other appointments over the course of the IVF cycle, and those were local to you?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There was, they did ultrasounds, and then there was also some blood tests too to just measure different levels of progesterone and stuff in your system.
Yeah. So those you didn't have to go
No.
all the way to the clinic for those. It can be kind of a lot of appointments, I think, in the beginning, but it's not so bad if you're just going to a lab.
It was nice that they were able to do it here in Portland, so there was no traveling like every other week to San Francisco.
Cool. Well, once you were pregnant, was that pregnancy different than your pregnancy with your own kiddo?
I think so. Like there's definitely like different aspects of it. With my daughter, I was so excited. And I mean, obviously I was very excited with the surrogacy pregnancy, but for different reasons. There was like always a disconnect there as far as like, I know that this is not my baby. But there was still a lot of it. Obviously, it's a different kind of excitement because I was so excited for my intended parents.
It's a little different to be pregnant and excited, but not putting together a nursery and shopping for baby clothes and some of those other things.
Yeah, I was like, my partner would joke like, wow, you're getting so much stuff done, because it's just like, just getting ready. The house was so clean.
That's one of the best parts. You get all of that like nesting energy, but then your house doesn't even fall apart when you've brought a baby home and you're really tired.
That was honestly like, I know there's like a lot of people that are like, would you feel really sad at the end of it? But I remember like after the delivery going home and like getting a pizza and like just relaxing. Like it was just wonderful.
I remember talking to you about that pizza, how good that pizza was.
I still think about it. It was like life-changing pizza.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, tell us about delivery. How did that go? Tell me the birth story.
So delivery was really good. I remember I was 38 weeks pregnant. And I started feeling, I just had a feeling. I was like, I don't know, like maybe the baby is coming. So I remember I messaged the intended parents, and they're like, okay, keep us updated. The whole day passes. And then at like 11 p.m., I was like, hey, so I'm actually going to the hospital now. So they were able to meet me there, and it was always the plan from the beginning that we wanted them in the delivery room with us. So they were there for the whole process, which was incredible. The birth experience itself was a little bit complicated, but it all ended fine. The baby was delivered within a couple of hours, which was incredibly fast. And the intended parents got to cut the umbilical cord and hold the baby right away. It was just incredible. It was one of the most like wonderful, like aside from having my daughter, that was like just such an incredible experience. Like I obviously I was having the baby, but I'm so excited that I got to be a part of it.
And your partner was in the room too for delivery.
Yes.
So he had a supportive role.
Yes, he did. Yeah, it was funny because I was just like, in the having a baby, but I remember just kind of looking over, and the three of them were like sitting together, and like they're so close. And like he was telling me afterwards, he was like, I was kind of like talking talking them through it because they're two gay men. This is a lot more up close and personal than they've ever been with a woman before.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It was definitely a big experience, and it's their baby being born. So, yeah, it was a really, really wonderful, very bonding experience for the four of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. After baby was born, did your daughter meet the baby?
She did.
Yeah. What'd she think?
So excited. Yeah, because she throughout the whole pregnancy would just like love on my belly. Like she likes to rest her head on the belly and like feel for kicks. And she'd be like, oh, I just want to give the baby a kiss. And my belly. She's very sweet and she loves babies.
Yeah.
But she was so excited to meet the baby. She just could not wait.
Yeah.
And she was very little. So I did explain to her, like, this is not a sibling, but I don't think she even thought about that because she was, 2 years old. So
Right. Yeah. How about now? Does she talk about your first surrogate baby? She does.
She does, yeah. She says his name and she's like, I wonder how he's doing. And I'll show, because they send me photos and videos, and so I'll show them to her, and she's just like, I can't wait to see him again. It's like almost as if she views him as like a cousin or something.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's got some bonus uncles.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she loves them. Anytime we're on video chat, like she yells her name and she's like, I can't wait to see you. When are you visiting?
I'm
like, yeah, so exciting.
Yeah. I had the great pleasure of being your case manager that first time and this time again. What kind of support did you get from Northwest Surrogacy Center while you were pregnant and as you were postpartum as well?
Yeah, lots of checking in, which was incredible. And if I had, like, there was a couple of times where I like felt nervous or something and I reached out to you and like you were just so quick to respond. And even if I remember like calling you or something about the testing from the fertility clinic and you were there right away. Like it just anytime I had questions or needed to support, you were there, and it was incredible. Yeah, I never felt like I didn't have support from Northwest Surrogacy. And there's also there's like the meetups, and then there's a Facebook group that's really helpful.
Yeah, so you got to connect with some other Northwest Surrogacy Center surrogates as well. Do you mind sharing a little bit about the meetups and some of those connections?
Yeah, they're so fun. The meetups, they host like seasonal meetups, and it's a different Northwest Surrogacy host. And so they're surrogates, and they pick places like in the summertime. A lot of them are like farms. They do like berry picking or flower bouquets, and there was one we did at like a tea place that was really fun. And it's great to connect with other surrogates and see like where they at in the process. Some of them are like, oh, like I had my last surrogacy baby 10 years ago or more.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's so cool to see like all the different like stages.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just nice to talk to somebody else who has done it before. A unique experience, I think, to have. And lots of us have friends who've been pregnant before, but it is different when it's somebody else's baby.
Yeah, the surrogates understand, and like some of them have some like really valuable and like good helpful advice too, like if you have questions, which is great.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about the compensation. What part of compensation was important to you?
Yeah, so I think the compensation in general was important to me. Like it was definitely not the reason that I sought out surrogacy, but it feels right to be compensated for the service that I am providing. Yeah. And it's honestly been like life-changing for me. Like I've been able to pay off debt and do a lot of fun stuff with it too, which is incredible. Like right now I just applied for a home loan, and it's something like I didn't know I could ever really qualify for. And like here I am like doing house tours and like talking to real estate agents, and it's just the coolest thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is, pregnancy can be hard. Having a baby is hard. And I think, like you said, surrogates come to this because they want to be a surrogate. Because they want to help build a family. And you get to help do something really incredible for your own family as well, buy a home. I know I with one of my surrogacies, I got to take my kids on a really incredible vacation and show them a little bit of the world, which was really important to me. And not necessarily something that my family would have been able to do if we didn't have that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, now that you are a two-time surrogate, what advice would you give to intended parents in this process?
Yeah. Just communication, a lot of communication with surrogates, with the surrogacy center, with the fertility clinic, even.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leaning on conversations with your surrogate to get to know one another, because it makes it so much more wonderful and fun experience. Like I said earlier, my intended parents are an extension of my family now. They're just incredible people, and we wouldn't have got to that point without the communication that we had.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a case manager, that's one of the things I'm always trying to foster is how can it's my job to help you communicate, but also help you communicate with each other.
Yeah.
So a big part of what I do is I like to think of as asking awkward questions for people.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure, how should I ask my surrogate this, or is this okay to ask my intended parents?
Yeah.
Ask me, I'll help.
And I did reach out at one point. I remember I have a thyroid issue, and I felt just so nervous. By the fifth blood test, I reached out to you and was like, what do I do? I'm disappointed. How do I communicate this?
Yeah. And I'm always happy to have those conversations for you.
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give to surrogate?
Communication, but then also take care of yourself, advocate for yourself. Ask questions of other surrogates if you can, and of your case manager and of your lawyer, because when you get that contract and everything, sometimes the first time around, especially if you've never looked at a contract, it can be a little bit daunting or confusing. And just make sure everything looks good for you. And if it doesn't look good for you, advocate for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And again, as case manager, I'm here to be an advocate for the surrogate that I work with just as much as I'm there to represent intended parents. It's really important to me that my surrogates feel like they've been given the time and support to make decisions that they need to. And I love what you said about taking care of yourself as well. This process for surrogates and intended parents, I think, can be really consuming sometimes. Sometimes it is a lot, and it's so important to still take time to have a weekend away with your family and remember why you're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little, you mentioned the contract. Tell us a little bit about the legal process. How did you find your attorney for surrogacy?
Through NWSC Surrogacy. They sent me a few people, and there was one that I really liked, and I reached out to her and to see if she would be okay with representing me. And we had a phone call, and then we had a video chat and went over everything, and it felt like a really good match. But it wasn't something I had to seek out myself. It was something that NWSC Surrogacy helped me with 100% of the way.
Yeah. Did you have to pay the attorney fees yourself?
No. No, I didn't. Yeah, that's an added bonus.
Yeah. How about for pregnancy and delivery? Did you pay medical bills for pregnancy?
Yes and no. It was, we had the option as a surrogate to send our bill to NWSC Surrogacy and they pay it directly, or we can pay it and then NWSC Surrogacy reimburse us. So we're not actually paying. It's just, the reimbursement process. But a lot of times I'll just pay it and then ask for reimbursement. So
yeah. And we have our dedicated team over in accounting. That is what they do, is help make sure all that stuff is sorted.
And at the start of my, as soon as contracts were signed, the accounting team reached out to me through email and just kind of explained everything and gave me a breakdown of compensation and how I go about reimbursement, and that was really, really helpful. So they're always, NWSC Surrogacy in general is just always there if I have questions, whether it's accounting or you. So yeah.
Well, would you recommend Northwest Surrogacy Center to somebody who wants to know more about surrogacy or be a surrogate?
I absolutely would. Yeah, I've had such a good experience. I mean, I wouldn't be here right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm posting about it like on my Instagram and stuff. It's private, so it's just to my friends. But a lot of them like have questions. I'm happy to answer the questions. I'm like, nobody has said they want to be a surrogate yet, but I'm hoping like
Yeah.
somebody wants to do it just because it's such a rewarding and wonderful experience.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. When you look back on the good parts of the process and also the things that were hard, what came as a surprise? What were things that you did not expect in this process?
Oh gosh. I'm like, I don't think I expected like the close bond I'd have with the intended parents. Like I wasn't sure what to expect. And yeah, like we're just incredible friends and just this incredible community of women that I've gotten to become
Yeah.
friends with. Like that's
Yeah.
something I would have never met these women without Northwest Surrogacy. And now like we're all just, there's a Facebook group that we're a part of, and like we're all just rooting for each other, like just reaching out and asking questions and giving support. And
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't expect to become a part of like such an incredible community. Like sometimes I can be a little bit more reserved. So I'm like, it's great to have this other like outlet of friends.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I think a lot of people who are considering being surrogates imagine what the relationship with intended parents might
Yeah.
look like, but don't often consider that aspect. There's a whole community of surrogates, in all of the states we work in, not just right in our area.
Yeah.
And that is, yeah, the having that connection with somebody, being able to find somebody who's maybe due within a week or so of
Yeah.
you, and you're really going through the process at the same time. That is just such a gift.
It is. Yeah, we call it like Surro sisters.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think especially coming back to it as a repeat surrogate as well, this time you're able to share what your experience looked like. And I'm sure there are people in the group who are so thankful to have your expertise. You're answering questions now and offering support in a different way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm like, I've found there's like 3 girls I've talked to that have due dates within the same time frame as me, and they're all in different states.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait until like we've all posted about delivering.
Yeah.
And just see like who made it to the due date. Who went
Yeah. Yeah, you have a whole little cohort in a different way. Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and watching. Thank you, Ruby, for sharing about your experience. It is always lovely to get to chat with you and hear more about your experience. If you have questions about Northwest Surrogacy Center, about how our process works, please go check out our website. We have all kinds of information on there, on our blog, upcoming events where you can find out more information just like this.
Thank you.